picture a pitch on a site by a river with a Priory's ruins and azure blue skies. Yes, sorry Beatles, but we're at Finchale. Come and join us.
Okay, well I'm just having an afternoon stroll through Cottonwood, which is on the other side of the river. I'll pan round, there's the Priory, and if you look very, very carefully, I can't get any closer in, to the left hand side of that large tree you'll see Vandromeda parked at the top. Lovely and peaceful. It's getting a bit chilly now, that sun's going down, but there's still loads of ducks swimming around. There's a couple across the other side of the river there. I don't really want to go too much into the sun, but you can see the sun, there's a reflection on the river, and the path goes further on. So we'll see how far we can get. Well, I seem to have come to a dead end here. All this field is fenced off. I'm sure when we used to come before, you could walk a lot further. But then, when you're younger, things seem a lot different. Unless we can get along. I don't think going up there is necessarily a good idea. Well, we'll have a look. Lots of roots. Now I'm sure when we used to come, we used to be able to go through that field. No matter. At least it's a walk. I know you can walk the other way. Apparently the other way you can walk into Chesley Street. You can't walk into Durham this way. The only way you can walk to Durham is by going back up to the main road where we turned left near Franklin Prison. Then you turn right and then left in between the prison buildings, and that will take you up to Durham. Don't know how far it is. Haven't looked into that yet. Okay, so turning right when you get over the bridge along the side of the river, you can't get that much further. I know you can go up and it'll bring you onto the road that runs parallel with the river for a while, but I'm not really that bothered about walking on roads when you've got a lovely river to watch. I could just sit here for hours. It's just so peaceful. I know it's January. I think I've passed 2 people within the last half hour, and that was near the cafe at the Priory, which is open by the looks of it, because the menu's outside, so I take that as we are open. So David will be pleased. So we'll probably pop down tomorrow and have soup and sarnies for lunch. Homemade soup. And everything they sell in the shop apparently is homemade and made in the area with local honey and other local produce, which is always good to help the local economy. In the spring this will be absolutely glorious, because already, not necessarily here, but further up under the trees, the canopies, you can see the starts of the bluebells, and they will be absolutely gorgeous. So we'll go up this way for now, and then, as I say, it's getting a bit nippy. I've got my big coat, but I don't know, we'll see. We'll go up this way under the canopy. No, we won't, because the sun's on this bit of the river. Sorry if I'm boring you with water shots, but I just love the river. Well, love water. I like swimming, yes, but just to look at the movement. See if there's any wildlife other than the swans. Well, there we go. Right, it's about 3 o'clock now, and the temperature has dropped considerably. The ducks are still there, but the sun is dropping very quickly. Obviously people enjoy swimming here, because that's the second or third swing that I've seen over the river. So obviously children and adults for that matter enjoy themselves around here, which I'm pleased about. As long as it's been used correctly. Whoa, I don't know whether I can catch that. Those ducks taking off there. Not sure whether I caught that or not. Hope I did. Right, I'm coming back onto the bridge now that leads over the River Wear back towards the Priory. Maybe getting a wee bit dark. Well, that's the route that I took round there, but you can't get much further, which is a shame. Probably another half mile or so up there. Then got the Priory on the far side, and then the Weir heading off towards Chesley Street. Now there is a path on that bank side, so I might give that a go tomorrow and see how far we can get. It's moving quite quickly, the river. So the ducks are still enjoying themselves. I don't know whether they're diving under for keeping clean, having a wash, or whether in fact they're feeding. And I'm not sure whether you'll be able to pick them up, but there's what looks to be a largish boulder, and then to the left diagonally there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, maybe more ducks, all with their heads under the water. Now I'm not making that up, but it's actually like stones from here, but they are actually ducks because I was watching them earlier. So, back towards the Priory. Last entry, which is free by the way, is 3:30, and the Priory actually closes at 4. During the summer, it's a lovely cafe here. You can park on the grass that is to the right of the that road that's leading up there near the bollards. Obviously not at the moment. You can park up on the top. I'm not sure whether they're charging for parking. I would imagine they are. In the summer months this is a nice little cafe. The door was open when I came down, but I'm not sure whether it's still open or whether it's just on demand when people go in the other side. But David will be very pleased because they do duck eggs. Oh, it is still open. Free range eggs for sale, duck's eggs, half a dozen £3. So we'll come back tomorrow. Phone box, not in use I might add. Finchale Abbey. The menu there. Homemade soup and bun, £3. Mulled wine with mince pie. Ooh. Oh, it's non-alcoholic, what a shame. Never mind, a few things interesting there. I will wander back and see what his lordship's doing. There's the booking office from a different angle. I don't know whether they light the Priory at night. I don't think they do. Although I may be wrong, but I can't see any indications of floodlights. I think it's going to be very, very dark tonight, which is fine. It'll be cloudy though, so no astrophotography tonight. I did count up how many were on site. I think there were 3 motorhomes and 3 caravans on site today, which for January is not that bad. Again, a nice pictorial representation of the site. And we've walked across the bridge and down here, and maybe just a little bit further, but probably not. It was all fenced off, so we'll try the other way tomorrow. That's good. Some lovely lodges at the top, a nice amenities block there. We'll have a look at those later in our stay. A couple of motorhomes. A lot of the pictures are not level, but they do loan you free chocks if you need them. They are kept by the bins apparently. We don't need them because there's Vandromeda. And this is the first time, obviously it's the first time we've been out in her, but I'm going to walk in at this angle and you'll clearly be able to see
exercise ring closed.
That the stilt on the right hand side as we're looking at it is higher than the one on the left hand side, and that is obviously so that it levels the van. How clever is that system? Now, I can't see much of David, who's putting bets on that he's having a nap. Oh no, I can see him. Let's see if he can see us. Oh yes, there he is. I don't know whether you can see actually, because it's quite dark to see in. Oh, that sun now, straight onto the van. Lovely. The colours, especially in the trees and the shadows now over the Priory. Fab.
This would be the Elsand point then. Hole in the ground one. Nothing wrong with that, I suppose.
No.
What, love?
It does the job.
Well, yes. Indeed it does. And here would be, that's the gentleman's, isn't it? Okay, I'll have a look in.
Need the code.
There is a code. Disabled. Ordinary stall. Same thing. Wash point. Shower. With seat for those that need it. Same thing. Looks alright, that. Yeah. Clean. Very good. Pot and pan room. For dishwashing. Drinking water station and all of that. Laundry. Not quite sure how you use that.
Yeah, space for reception. The laundry you go via reception.
Alright, via reception. I see. So there's two sites, 2 point, what do we call them? 2 pitches here, F3, F2, and there's an F1 down there.
3 pitches.
I'd love to know what this residence hall is. But the bins and what have you, there. And then there's F7 up there. Pitches all over the place.
I think the residence hall is like an area you can get together.
Yes, it's the parties.
Yeah, or go and sit in if you're fed up with sitting in your van.
Indeed. The some of the pitches are level, some of them are far from it. So I would say you're definitely going to need stilts or chocks. Although it has to be said that further up that way they're redoing the...
You can borrow chocks.
Yes,
You haven't
indeed.
got your own.
A black crow sitting on the top. At the entrance to the Priory, last entrance is 3:30 and closed at 4 at this time of the year. But as you can see, backlit by the sun. But around here are the famous windows as they used to be. I well remember going to that window there as a lad for me sweeties, sandwiches, ice cream, pop and what have you. These days though, if you wander around a little further, you come to the cafe entrance, which at the moment, as you'll be able to see, isn't open. Well, it can be open, but that's the cafe in there. Cafe and Lou's. Yes, so if you're not on the site, 50p for a wee, the 50p wee,
Right.
and then you're right beside the River Weir, and there's picky-nicky tables all the way along here, and a good wander off down further round the meanders and bends. I've fished this many times when I was younger, and it is an absolutely beautiful place to be. and then the peace and tranquility of the river weir. And it has to be said, absolutely gorgeous. Well, unbelievably, I'm sat outside. It's, what time is it? 12:30, it says here, and the sun is shining, and the temperature is about 8 degrees, which is rather pleasant in many ways. There's a light breeze wafting by, and I have to say it's an utter delight being here. Last night was really quiet. It got a little bit windy, but with the E&P levelling system on, we stayed rock steady, as it were. Had a lovely night's kip, and yes, might have had 1 or 2 gins too many, but who cares, it's all good. As you'll have seen, the facilities around the site, obviously I didn't go into the ladies, the facilities around the site are nicely cleaned, and they're doing some work at the minute levelling a few of the pitches off, some of which are at weird angles. This one's not quite level, the one next door sloping downhill, the next one up is sloping downhill as well, and a few of them have got quite a pitch and a lane on them. So if you haven't got really high chocks, you might be in difficulty getting it level. As luck would have it, we're spot on. But yes, as sites go, I think we like it. So that's it from day 2. As you've seen, we do rather like this place, and it is not a bad site to be on. So if you do decide to come here, I hope you'll enjoy it as much as we have. But until we see you next time, from me and from Jill, enjoy the roads, enjoy the skies, but most of all, enjoy your lives. See you next time. Take care. Bye.